Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. Today we are going to be revisiting our Titania Steel Path Ropalolyst build. A few people did comment on that video and just say that it wasn't working anymore, and I'm assuming that the key driver behind that is probably the Eclipse nerf. I did make that video a very long time ago, so I thought I'd do a revised Titania guide on the Ropalolyst on Steel Path, because it is one of the harder fights to do if you are sort of getting into Steel Path or just trying to clear out the Steel Path star chart now. This build is not cheap, I will put it out there straight away, but it is a revision on my old one and should serve you just the same way as that one did. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Archon Shard wise, we are running 3 Crimsons. I've got 2 Tower Forged on here, but I've run short on the last one, so just a normal. Then we got 1 on Casting Speed and 1 on Energy Max. In terms of our Titania, we are running Eclipse still. Obviously the damage is reduced, but in terms of the damage that you can get onto your weapons from Helminthed abilities, this is probably the best one still, to be honest. It matches Rhino's Roar, but this can also provide you with a damage reduction should you need it as well, and it's a faster cast, and it's also one-handed, which means you can fire your weapon whilst casting. So yeah, in my opinion, it's still kind of just the best buff to have for weapon damage. So yeah, we're running that. Everything else geared towards duration, strength, and efficiency. We've got Razorwing Blitz on. You don't actually need to put Razorwing Blitz on, and you could swap that out for something like Preparation, just so you start the mission with full health, but I'm going to keep it on because I like to do this nice and quickly. And then we've got Aviator for reduced damage, as well as Adaptation and Aerodynamic. So this is all just contributing to us taking not a lot of damage in this mission. If you did have an Umbral Former, you could put an Umbral Former on here and stick Umbral Vitality on up here. I haven't done in this instance, but it's something that you could do. We've also got Arcane Pistolier on. This is a bit of a pricey Arcane at the moment, so do be warned. You actually don't need it at rank 5. You could probably get away with a rank 2 or maybe a rank 3 and you'd be just fine. But yeah, I just have it at rank 5, so that's what we've got on. And then Energize. I would say this is pretty important if you are not running Preparation, just to start with max energy. Hopefully you guys have been able to pick that up from the last event. If not, it is another one that's a bit pricey maybe. But yeah, it is kind of important, I guess. So yeah, that's the Titania build. And then the only other thing on build-wise that we need to look at is the Dex Pixia. So this is the build that I'm running with now. It is a crit build, so we've got Pistol Gambit, Target Cracker. I haven't put on Creeping Bullseye just because it's really not worth the tiny uplift you get on Titania's crit chance, because it starts at 10%, so Prime Pistol Gambit it is. And then we've got Prime Convulsion and Prime Teetered Charge for that needed radiation damage against the Ropalolyst. And then we've got Lethal Torrent, Barrel Diffusion R2, Multi-Shot Staples, Anemic Agility for increased fire rate, and Reflex Draw for negative weapon recoil and increased accuracy. We've then got Secondary Enervate. Good lord, can't speak today. This is basically just going to allow us to run a full crit build, essentially. This is actually a really, really good Arcane for this particular mission and this particular build, so yeah, we're definitely going to be running that. And then Focus Tree, we just take a look here, definitely run Madurai. We are going to be making use of Contamination Wave, Void Strike, Power Transfer, all that good stuff. So yeah, Madurai definitely the one to run. If you can unbind any of the other trees as well, definitely do so. I'd recommend unbinding Zariman first, if at all possible, followed by a Vazaran just for the increased health. And that's all I will say about that. If we then go to our operator, we can see I'm running my trusty 177. I'm using Magus Elevate and Magus Melt. Magus Melt is really just on there because I haven't taken it off. You could run something else, even Magus Vigor or something, in order to provide you with a bit of extra health on your operator. In fact, let's do that. And Magus Elevate, like I said, it's just going to allow us to regen our Warframe health quite easily if we need to. Amp-wise, Eternal Onslaught and Eternal Eradicate, the 2 staples for dealing tons and tons of damage. We're primarily just going to be using our Replac. We are not going to be using the Prober, so the secondary shot, to deal any damage, because we're not going to get close enough with it. So we will just be using our primary fire to deal damage. I will just note as well, we do have a pet on, so I'm running the Adarza. But I should say that in Titania's 4th ability, I do not believe she is able to proc her crit buffs. So just bear that in mind. It really doesn't matter what pet you run. If it does matter, then please let me know if you know a pet that might work super well on this. Stick it down in the chat below. And gear-wise, you probably want to run some squad energy restores if you are doing what I'm doing and not running preparation, because you will run out of energy at some point unless you get lucky with some energized pickups early on. So that is the build that I'm running, guys. It's a bit of a change from last time. We've gone towards sort of a crit build here, and Eclipse obviously doesn't provide us with the damage that we need. So we've had to invest a bit more in our Dex Pixia, but overall it's still a suitable build for this particular fight. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to drop an energy pad on entry, hold down my first ability for immunity to status effects, including knockback and stagger. That allows us to just breeze through this and get to it pretty quickly. You could do another one if you wanted to, but I find just one to be plenty fast enough for Razor Wing Blitz. I often find myself fumbling if I try and go any faster than this. So on the first time through, so we've got 3 partners to take out. On the first time through, I am going to take his shield out on the central platform. I will probably do that on the second time as well, depending on how chaotic things are getting. But then the third one, we will definitely kind of just leave and go to one of the side platforms. Reminder, do not dash. I keep forgetting that. Okay. So now we go to the side platform. We'll let him charge up. Hop on. And ram him into the pillar. First thing we do, cast Eclipse and then get into our 4th. Go for a cheeky headshot. And then we should be able to take out these nodes, no problem. So I'm actually going to stay in my Titania because that's going to allow the Razorflies to just kind of wander around. Whoops. Okay, well that was messed up. Let's go over here now. Good, good. Where do you think you're going? Perfect. Once again, get Eclipse going, 4th, get a cheeky headshot. Like so. Let's see if we can do this in the central platform. It will be easier for us if we can. But sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. Oh nice, we can do it. There we go. So now we'll head out to this last platform over here. Don't like it when he just runs away like that. It's very annoying. Into the center we go. Once again, use our 3rd ability. This time though, we are going to activate Void Strike. So 3rd, Void Strike. Health regen, happy days. Come on. And there we go. And that's the fight, guys. Still around 4-minute mark. Not too shabby at all. Bit of an annoying regen moment at the end there, but that's fine. Still came out on top. So yeah, I'll see you guys back in the orbiter. Okay guys, so this is just a quick one obviously to recap on a video that I've already done way back, and lots of updates since, so hopefully this proved useful to those of you still trying to do this fight, or perhaps you've just started the game and you're going to need this knowledge when you get to this part. But it is a fairly straightforward fight. This is just the way that I like to do it. It's nice and fast with the Titania, and you feel relatively safe actually. I never really feel in danger of going down in this particular instance. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one, guys. I'll see you later.